Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Big Jiutjisu Show. Don't forget to check out our sponsors, Trap and Roll Soap Company and Rolls Gear. And you can check out all of our old episodes at bjjshow.com. I'm Rob, and Randy and I had another question and answer session on Facebook. Kind of answer some of your questions and go over a little bit of BJJ news and possibly talk about some future guests coming up. So we are still doing the gi giveaway coming up here. Looks like by the time you're listening to this, it should be next week. It's going to be the 3rd of September. We're going to be doing it. Have quite a few entries already, and I'm very excited to get it out there. But you still have time to do it. Go to our Facebook page. The details are there. You got to like the post, share the post, and send us some proof that you did it. And then we'll put you in the drawing. But we're looking forward to giving away a Half-Sumo gi, a T-shirt, stickers, and I'm pretty sure I have a patch out here to make you guys a Big Jiu-Jitsu Superfan starter pack. So take a listen to this episode, and we hope you guys enjoy it. How many weeks in a row we do a podcast or do an episode? Because I think we're up to 4 now at this point.
We're on a roll.
We're doing so good, man. Doing so good. But so how has your week been? How's training been? Have you gotten to go out and do anything? Because I feel like with all the stuff popping back up with COVID again, I don't want to be a recluse and hide in my house in the sense of like not going out and coughing in people's mouths or anything like that, but going out and seeing nature and things like that.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've been staying busy. Work has been extremely busy. It's been nonstop. So that's kind of kept me out and about. But yeah, no, I mean, I've got some cool stuff coming up, some trips and stuff planned that I'm looking forward to getting into. And but I'm like you, I just want to keep doing stuff now because after that whole COVID debacle, getting stuck in the house forever really sucked.
Yeah.
Been looking to see some movies. That's one of the things I missed the most about COVID was going to the movie theater and checking out some good films. And I know you can watch some of them at home, which is pretty cool. The most recent movie I saw was Black Widow, which was okay.
Yeah, I went to the theaters to see that too. It was all right. There were some good parts, and I had a good laugh at.
I'm looking forward to seeing Shang-Chi. I think that movie looks badass.
I'm really, really ready for that because, like, I was really disappointed with Iron Fist on Netflix because he was just
too.
Like a whiny bitch for the first season.
Yes.
And so now Shang-Chi may become my favorite martial artist in the Marvel universe because it's shaping up to be a good one.
Well, and don't sleep on Moon Knight. I know we talked about that last episode, but Moon Knight's going to be pretty legit too. But yeah, Shang-Chi, that movie looks like it's going to be awesome. I can't wait for it to come out. Definitely want to see that in theaters.
Yeah, same here. Did you see Heart of a Champion with how was it, Sean Patrick Flannery?
I did.
What'd you think of that one?
I actually loved it. I actually bought it on iTunes.
Nice.
So, I mean, it's obviously not an Academy Award winning flick, right? But pretty damn good. I mean, I really like the story. I like the fact that they snuck Henzo in there.
Yeah.
Really good. I enjoyed it. I've watched it a handful of times actually. It's like one of those movies I can just put on in the background when I'm doing stuff and watch it. So what did you think?
That was good. Hey, hold on. Let me answer Dennis real quick. Hey, Dennis. Things are going well. Hope things are going well with you as well. Yes, next year, if everything settles down, I will be going to Europe. And I think there's a gym I'm going to go visit out there. It's like in someplace now. I don't know. It might be there, but I'll come through with some beers. I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it a lot actually. Just because of the little stuff. So it did hit some old school things like the old Share Dog forums and just kind of like not the underground MMA fighting, but more or less it was like during the time of, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was still kind of coming into its own. And just, it was cool to watch. It was cool to watch. Obviously it was realistic in the sense that Sean Patrick Flannery is an actual black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, if I remember correctly.
Right.
And it wasn't, stories over the top, kind of cheesy, kind of saw some stuff coming, but overall it was still a good movie. I enjoyed it.
I thought it was a significant upgrade from Red Belt.
Oh, absolutely. Dude, Red Belt was, looking back, Red Belt was fucking horrible.
In, I enjoyed it because it was the only one out there, right,
Yeah,
for a while, and it's all you had to pick from if you were a jiu-jitsu guy or girl. But
yeah,
Heart of a Champion is actually a legit good movie. I felt like.
yeah. For representation of the sport, I think it was. I mean, like we say, like John Wick's a good one and all, but there's a lot of shooting in that one as opposed to just straight Brazilian Jiu Jitsu competition.
Whatever happened to the jiu-jitsu series that was supposed to be on Netflix?
Which one?
There was supposed to be some like mini series or something on Netflix that was supposed to talk about the history of Gracie Jiu-Jitsu.
Yes, it's coming out. So I had somebody hit me up about it. It's gonna be a movie. I think it's like one is going to center on Hickson, and then the other one is like centering on Medea or just everything in general.
Oh, okay.
So I'm really pumped for that because I think the Hickson book made such an impact that
I
it
want to
really
read
got
that
the
book.
ball. It's on my list. I wish I could read, but I can't read. Too dumb.
You just read a message on. I'm confused.
I know. I have like voice. No, I'm just kidding. He said, "Love it. Do you have a chance to train in the past months?" Thankfully, yes, we have had a chance to train in the past few months. So things are opening up a bit here. Just don't cough in each other's mouth.
Yeah,
Thumbs up.
yeah.
They say alcohol kills it.
Oh
So
man, where's
so
that?
so we're good. Yeah, we have a thin film of alcohol on all of our cells in our bodies, so we should be okay.
Yeah, we should just like pour beer on each other and roll.
I feel like that's close to a rap video almost, so we're gonna back away from that one. But yeah, the I do want to read that book a lot.
Yeah.
Like I need to just make time and just sit down and read most of it or all of it in one sitting. Um,
My problem with books is that I'll have like three or four going at a time because there's just so many good ones out there, and it'll take
yeah,
me forever to finish one. Um, so right now I'm reading a couple different ones, and some of them for work, some of them for jujitsu, some of them for just whatever. So I once I get a couple of them knocked out, I'll go buy that one and check it out.
good. Any recommendations for books to read? Since we've
Uh,
done movies, let's be a little more educational and give people a recommendation on a book to read.
so I'm probably gonna butcher his name. He's got quite a few books that are jujitsu related, but not in the traditional sense, not like technique books, but more mindset and concepts. Is that Chris? Is it Matakis? Is the
Right.
author, and he's got a bunch of different ones. He's got the Tao of Jiu-Jitsu. He's got 12 Principles of Jiu-Jitsu, which is kind of based off of the what's the guy's name? Jordan Peterson's stuff.
Okay.
He's got several different books, and the ones I've delved into have been pretty good. And like I said, it's a different look. And so I just started one by him, um, and it's like 365 days for the martial artist, and basically it's based on a book or the idea of a book that I've read that is the Everyday Stoic. And so every single day has some excerpt from Stoicism and it applies to everyday life. Well, this is for the martial artist, so it's set up the exact same way. So I can go and open the book up to what is today, August 22nd, and there's going to be a page on there, one or two pages, and it'll have a quote, and then it'll have a subsequent write up that correlates that quote to martial arts and your journey through martial arts. And so a lot of it is jujitsu based because Chris Matakas is a jujitsu black belt.
Yeah.
But I love it because it just is kind of a different take on a martial arts book. And to me, and I'm sure you're the same way, I really truly consider myself a martial artist in the sense that I don't just do it to fight. I don't just do it for sport. I don't just do it for my job. It's really a way of life. And so I'm constantly every day throughout the day applying martial arts principles to my everyday life. And so stuff like that's pretty cool. And I'm not sure how many of you guys out there nerd out like I do about this stuff, but you know, martial arts truly is a way of life. So
I agree 100% with that. It's there's a lot that you can do with it. Like you said, it factors into all aspects of your life with like decision making. I think decision making and how you react to things is a
yeah,
huge part of the martial arts. So that's kind of what I like to use it for as well. Competition's fun. Don't get me wrong. Self defense is
absolutely.
important to have, but
It
I
is.
think
You know,
as an overall demeanor, I think that's the most important thing for me.
well, there's so many. It's like that you know, Musashi quote that I'll probably butcher, where it says, to know 10,000 things, know one well. And we talk about martial arts, knowing martial arts deeply and really getting into it, spending your life, dedicating your life to the pursuit of it, can improve so many other facets of your life. And you look at a simple jujitsu concept like creating dilemmas, right? So you think about the concept of creating dilemmas in jujitsu, and what I'm referring to is creating dilemmas for your opponent on the mat. So, establishing a grip to make him respect that grip so that you can take away one of his hands. And now he's got less base on that side. So you can set up a sweep, right? So pick your
Yeah,
poison. You want to defend my grip or do you want to get swept, right? Do you want to get choked or do you want to get your guard passed? And you have to pick. So you create these dilemmas for people to pick from. And so that same thing can be applied to a lot of different areas in your life. You can create dilemmas for other people. So if I look at it from the tactical standpoint, as a police officer or in the military, if you're a soldier, creating a dilemma for the enemy, making him pick between two things, and then that keeps you a move ahead. So that's just one example. I mean, there's so many different ones. You could talk all day about the resilience that you develop in jiu-jitsu. Things get rough. Okay, let me slow down. Let me breathe. Right. Let me slow down and breathe and figure out what I need to do to get through this. And it's not always this clear cut path of, oh, I know exactly what I need to do. Sometimes it's an incremental improvement of your position or your situation. So those are just a couple of examples. But martial arts is a more than just a hobby.
yeah. It's makes you who you are. I mean, I think that's why like so speaking of movies, and this kind of I watched a little bit of it. I know you said you watched the whole thing, but I was looking at Paper Tigers. Watch that. It's a funny movie. It's a good one, and it has a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy in it. So
Yeah.
I feel for that guy. Going like, nah, I'm gonna switch to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu now. I think we've both done that, but kind of like it said, like for them, they kind of didn't make it a complete way of life, I guess. And then that's not ruining the movie, but
Well, one of them did. One of them did.
one of them did. Yeah, okay, I'll take that. One of them did, but it's it's uh it's good just to like have it. Like it
Yeah.
helps you deal with situations. It's explained in the beginning with one of them. So I I don't know, man. Like there's I get it. I'm going on that whole thing of everybody needs to do a martial art, but I know that's an unrealistic expectation, to be honest with you.
But I agree with you though. I think that's 100% true.
Yeah.
The movie is hilarious though. If you haven't, anybody watching, whether you're live or this is after we're done recording, I think if you haven't seen Paper Tigers, go check it out. It's worth the watch.
Yes. Oh my god, dude.
It's hilarious. It's a funny movie, and there's some cool cameos in there if you pay attention.
Yeah, one of them is a former guest of the show, Master Ken, but obviously not. His name is not really Master Ken. I know that's
Don't
might be
don't.
a shock to some
What are you
people.
talking about? That is Master Ken.
Okay, it practically is Master Ken,
No,
maybe.
no, that's his name. He's Master Ken, the guy.
The guy is Master Ken playing the character of not Master Ken.
Correct. He's the
Okay.
Miradote Master. That's what he is.
They recruited him as a fight choreographer that we talked about last week, and then as a consultant for martial arts, and then as an actual actor. Right? I think that's how it goes down.
I'm really upset that I wasn't on the show when you had him on.
That was years ago, like years and years ago. We can hit him up. I hope and be
I
like,
would
hey
love to
man,
have him.
do you remember us? We're that tiny jujitsu show that that small time podcast that you came on before you blew up. Or not before he blew up, but before like he was in Netflix movies and stuff. Can you please come back? We'll hit him up. How about that?
I'm a huge fan, so I would love to have him on. I
Yes.
watch all of his videos. He cracks me up.
Got to stomp the groin repeatedly.
Oh yeah. No, I mean 100 Ways to Attack a Groin. The groin is like the video that got me into him. That video is hilarious.
I think it
Amazing.
was so. I did. I went back and watched like because somebody's like, "Oh, you gotta check out Enter the Dojo because it's it's funny." And then you watch it, and one of them is like somebody getting frustrated teaching somebody how to do an armbar. I'm like, yeah, that's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair.
Oh yeah.
That,
I love
that's
it when he
fair.
makes fun.
Do
I
what?
love it when he makes fun of jiu-jitsu. I love it.
Yeah, it's bull.
Especially because he does jiu-jitsu, so he knows how to make fun of it, which is great.
Makes it even better. I mean, jujitsu is bullshit. It's we
That's
roll
what it
around with
was.
our
That's what the series was, where he went into like a bunch of martial artists, different martial art styles, and said they were bullshit.
Yeah,
That was great. Oh, I have to go back and rewatch those now. When we get done with this episode, I'm gonna go back and rewatch a
that
couple of those.
sounds good to me. There's
Those are
like so
really
many things I said I need to go back and watch, but I think one of the shows I wanted to go back and watch was Banshee. I don't know if anybody's seen that. That's not a show to watch around your kids if you have any. But
I have not seen that.
I mean, some of the martial art, the fight scenes in it were okay, but it was just like a good mind fuck show.
How many of these people you think that are watching us right now are here to see if we're going to announce who the winner of the contest is?
Guys, it's not this week. No, but we have okay. I hit my mic. We have had a lot of participation in it, so I'm actually really thrilled with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is like I said, it's going to be September 3rd. Let me pull up all the details.
And you just see like four people just left the room because you said it's not this week.
It's not because we don't care then. No, it's fine. I know people hop in and out. It's okay. Yeah, sorry, Lisa, not yet, but it is. Yeah, the drawing's gonna be in September 3rd. Everybody's been hitting me up. I'm super pumped about it. Like we're we're giving away a
So,
gi. It's cool.
well, and also, so I'm not going to definitively say we're going to get them on because I got to communicate with them, but I did hear back from Half-Sumo Gi Company.
Oh, really?
So they want to discuss it coming on possibly within the next couple of weeks.
That'd be
So
awesome.
I would love to hear their. I know some of their company story because I read into them, but I really would love to hear their perspective because their designs are so unique. If you're in the contest and you haven't gone and looked at the website, the hell are you doing? I mean, go look at
Come
the
on,
company.
guys.
They got some really 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 cool stuff. Very unique gear, handmade, top notch. Just phenomenal. And I love the artwork designs they do. They're just badass. So I can't wait to hear their story.
Really excited. I'm really excited as well because
I'm pretty sure one of the designers got stuck in Italy during COVID because when I was going to have him on,
yeah,
and I messaged him about it, and he was like, "Yeah, we need to kind of drop back and punt on that because I'm stuck in Italy." You're like, damn it.
well, hopefully he's all right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's disappointed to hear this. Sorry, Liz. We're working on it, but you know, we put a time limit, and we gotta let everybody get in because it's only fair. It's only fair, and we try to be
Really.
fair here.
I also want to say I'm gonna put this out there because I'm gonna put you on the spot live while we're recording, so that you can't renege on it. Okay, and that is, um, we need to do some T-shirt designs.
We do, we really do.
Nothing crazy, right?
No, I mean we have set the standard for the basic T-shirts for Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. Now, hear me out. Often imitated, but not the original. Because we had, was it a couple people sent me something. They're like, is this your shirt? And I look at them like, that is not my fucking shirt.
Somebody stole your design,
Somebody stole my design.
the Jiu-Jitsu shirt design,
Yeah, somebody stole it. And
which is
you
a
know
class.
what?
It's a
Dude,
classic.
Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, all right, I'm going to say this and it's probably going to piss some people off. Brazilian Jiu Jitsu t shirts is just stealing shit from everybody else over and over and over again. That's it. I'm not lying. Now here's the other thing. I do like a lot of them, but
Yeah, yeah.
but it's still like the one that always sticks out in my mind is the arm bars. What is it? The arm bars that in the Star Wars logo.
Well, that's cage side. Cage side. That's kind of like their thing. Is they do like not stolen. I'm not saying it's their
Yeah,
creative,
yeah,
right?
yeah. It's a creative take on it, but
Yeah,
that's the thing. I've been to tournaments in Europe where the thing that Cage Side came up with was done by another company.
I think. Well, there's. I'm not gonna drop any names, any companies, but there's a company that got pretty popular because they stole some shit from cage side.
Exactly, their
So,
motto.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
but that's the thing. Like it's fucked up. So it's hard to tell because I remember being on Reddit, being that guy where somebody's like, check out my strangle things rash guard that I came up with. I'm like, yeah, it'd be better if you just went ahead and bought the original from Cage Side.
Yeah,
Don't steal
which that
shit.
was a great idea because I love Stranger Things. So that was a cool, and I love to strangle things too. Actually, I was gonna wear I was gonna wear my protect your neck shirt that I had, and I accidentally got some chicken grease on it, so I throw it in the wash.
All good, man. I'm just rocking the usual. Hey, what punk rock shirt can I pull out today?
I'm just wearing a basic NC shirt, just repping NC.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I mean, that's where we are.
Yeah,
Yes, I won't enter for a geese since I don't do BJJ, but I need another shirt. Well, you can always the
I'm
store's
telling you,
there.
we need. So we got,
We do.
you got the jiu-jitsu shirt, which I like. I think that's great. Didn't you do one? I know a couple of companies did something similar, but the jiu-jitsu is not a crime. Didn't you have one of those, or was that
That was through Trap and Roll. They did that.
trap and roll? And then we need to do some ones for the podcast with your Sasquatch and some different takes on it.
Yeah. Hmm.
We're gonna figure something out.
We'll figure it out. We're a couple guys with ideas, and we could brainstorm and come up with all sorts of shit. And there's got to be something.
I just drank my coffee like a douche. I just realized that.
How do you drink coffee like a douche?
I put my fingers inside of the thing, like you're supposed to
Is
hold
that
it like this. You know what I
what?
mean?
No, is that really a douchey thing to do? Like
I feel I feel like it's a douchey
I don't
thing.
think it. I don't think it is. I think it's a normal thing to do.
Like people that drink their coffee like this, it's like wearing your hat backwards.
I
So
mean,
you,
yeah. I guess so. You just grab. I just grab whatever, man. Like I'm drinking a giant like tank of water, pretty much. I mean,
yeah.
there's no way of just not being obnoxious with that. But um, I don't know. I'm just kind of like visualizing now. Like, how do I normally grab? If the mug's too hot, I absolutely will not grab it like you just did. But I will do it that way sometimes when it kind of cools off a bit.
No, I mean you're supposed to hold it like this. That's the whole idea, and that's my cat on the thing too. It's
Oh,
my see my cat.
nice.
Yeah,
Maybe we need to do coffee mugs as well. We
we
need
can do
more
coffee mugs.
merchandise. Yeah.
Do coffee mugs. Yeah, we can come up with a scent. We can come up with like a cologne. It would just smell like sweat, like jiu-jitsu sweat on a gi.
I mean, a certain celebrity marketed a candle that smelled like their nether regions, and it business was a booming on that one. But nobody wants to smell
Nah,
us. I don't
nah,
think
no.
Sasquatch candle. I mean, we're really branching out here. Shit's getting crazy.
It is. It is. We could
Grappling
go.
shorts.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the
We could
people
figure
want.
something out. We will. I mean, what do the people want? We need to hear from them in order to know what the people want.
Yeah.
Other than a
Uh,
free gi. I mean, everybody wants a damn free gi.
Everybody wants a free game. Like I said, back to the '90s. Jiu-jitsu is now skateboarding, but it's less popular. Everybody wants to grab something for free. Everyone wants a sponsorship, and
Yep.
then, but no, it's fine. We want to do this not because we're trying to sponsor people. We want to do this because we enjoy you all coming by to listen. That's
Yeah.
why.
We also need to put together some events, some
So,
grappling events, grapple-thons and shit.
a big jiu-jitsu grapple thon. That'd be. I think that's a reasonable thing. I know we talked about doing a tag team tournament a long time
Such an
ago.
awesome idea.
I think speaking of ripping off people, I'm definitely ripping off somebody else with that. But
The
um,
tag. That just sounds like so much fun, man.
it does. And sunglasses. Sunglasses might be good. That'd be
Yeah.
interesting.
You could do belt rank sunglasses.
Ooh, I like it. We're also giving our competition all the stuff. Like, we're just giving you all
That's why
free
we're not.
ideas of what we're gonna do with it. No,
That's
but
why
I
we're
think
not. Rob, that's why we're not wealthy because we just give away ideas.
it's what I do best, man. Just I'm fucking self sabotaging. That's what I do best.
Yeah.
But
Superpower.
a grapple-thon. I think a grapple-thon would be good. So what would we call it?
Hmm. I don't know.
Let's see. Oh, Lisa asked masks. I mean, shit. If I had hindsight, I definitely would have. Like, bro, we'll be fine. This shit's only gonna last like a month.
I fucking hate that.
Look at
I don't
that.
want to. I'm not. I don't want to develop masks.
That's fine. It's already bad enough.
I'm gonna put a mask up. So this is no joke. I saw out in public a woman wearing a crochet mask, which cracks me up because I mean that thing has some gaping holes in it. I'm not really sure of the benefit of that. I don't know what the point is at that point.
Yeah, it's
You come
we're
up with
kind
like
of
a carbon fiber mask. I'm not. I hate masks. I fucking hate them.
yeah. I'm not a fan of wearing them, but god dang it. I also don't want to get kicked out of pizza joints because we got to keep the big jiu-jitsu thing alive.
Yeah.
But no, I think we should start working on this first event thing. A roll-a-thon. Keep it
Yeah.
simple. I'm not
Doesn't
gonna
have to be
do.
a turn. Not even a tournament. Like just a legit roll-a-thon.
Yeah, it's show up. Probably do a fundraiser
Yeah.
because your entry fee is the fundraiser. Where it's, I mean, yes, I'm absolutely all about just making just money and just never having to work again. But I don't think you'd get rich off of grapple-thon.
No.
Or roll-a-thon, but I think you would help somebody out if you did a donation.
Yeah. Yeah. Do a
It's
roll-a-thon. Get some other people there. Some vendors and stuff.
yeah,
That'd
plan
be
this
cool.
out. Plan this out for a few months from now, maybe, where it's not as hot, so not everybody's having a heat stroke in the middle of class. Because you
Yeah.
hit that like 4 hour mark, and as a veteran of two roll-a-thons, like it's all about pacing and making sure you have stuff there to like keep people cool and nobody turning it into a competition, because there will be a competition because somebody is going to try to be king of the mats and then they eat shit and they're tired for the rest of it. So
Yeah. Yeah. Like you said in your story, the guy went hard and he was gone 3 rolls later. Everybody else is left to suffer.
yeah, I'm like, because I'm an idiot. That's all it is because I'm an idiot.
I
But
can't imagine how many calories are burned in a 4 hour roll-a-thon.
four, probably quite a bit. I mean, so like at eight, I know there comes a point where you're just like, it is the most, like, if there were IBJJF refs, there'd be like stalling calls constantly thrown out. Because
Yeah.
I'm just like, gotta pretend like, well, not pretending, but I'm like, I'm holding guard and I'm really trying to pass. And I'm like trying to do more like flow rolling at that point than actual, like,
I mean, that's what I figured. You'd probably do the majority of the 4 hours just flow roll, right?
yeah.
I mean, you hope if you're, the
I mean,
higher
that
belt.
makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably quite a bit because we had one of our guys, he's a purple belt. He got back to the parking lot because we all rode together to it. And I'm like, okay, guys, I'll see you all later. And then I drove to my place and I got a text message like 20 minutes later. He's like, yeah, so and so is still laying on the ground and in the parking lot from being so tired that he can't get in his car. I'm like, ooh, shit, is he okay? I'm like, yeah,
I
he's
wonder if we
fine.
could, I wonder if we can get a beer vendor there. If we could do like a 4 hour roll-a-thon and then get some beer after.
It's not a half bad idea. Like a food truck or a beer vendor out there or something.
You'd probably get drunk fast as hell after 4 hours of rolling.
Dude, you're gonna replace all your liquids with just beer.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think I think that's pretty good actually. I think that's something we should aim for. So you have like, well, we have the tea place next door if you do it at TFTC.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but you think of it. Yeah. Think about it though, man. I mean, they do what is it, the 5Ks and stuff with the beer.
Yeah, like the Spartan race or whatever, like the Viking race or whatever. They give you a beer at the end.
Yeah.
Food trucks, we could probably do a food truck. I don't know, man. Like shit's getting wild now.
Yeah.
This recommendation of a rollathon is now I don't
It's
know.
gonna turn into like the Lollapalooza of jiu-jitsu.
I think I mean Raleigh area is probably going to be one of the best places to hold it just because of all the people, like all the
Yeah.
gyms that we have in the area that would travel out to do it.
Especially because a lot of the schools around here are friendly too. So you'd have a lot of buy-in.
Yeah, which I'd be okay with. Absolutely be okay with.
Absolutely.
Let's put that on the back burner. Circle back around to that later on.
Circle back around.
I had to throw that in there. God, I hate that.
Yeah. You know what else I hate? Terms I hate? I hate out of the pocket. Out of pocket, whatever they say. I'm gonna be out of pocket that week. Why don't you just say you're not gonna be at work, you fucking douche?
Yeah, I'm on vacation.
Out of pocket. Get the fuck out of here.
Or I'll get with you offline with that. Like if you're
Yeah.
on like a Zoom meeting, like we are now. Like, oh, I'll talk about that offline with you.
Or to piggyback off of that. Oh my God.
Fuck,
Terms that make
agitating.
you want to slap people in the face.
What was another good one I just keep hearing? Like one of my least favorite phrases is "it is what it is." Because
Yeah, and unfortunately, I say that a lot, and it is one of those annoying ones.
I say it too, but I think it's in context. Like if something bad is going on, and you have the power to do it, like change it. Like, oh, the system of filing this paperwork, that we do in this only in this office that I have control over, is fucked up. And someone goes, well, it is what it is. Like you can change that.
Yeah,
It's not like
yeah,
something like out there that legitimately cannot be changed. Like it's a,
true.
like oh, you know, it is what it is. Like no, just come on, do something about it. Because I still say it too, so I'm guilty of it as well.
Agreed. Like if you sit there and you say, "Man, my jiu-jitsu really sucks," but it is what it is. No, motherfucker, get on the mats and roll more.
You can do more things to change that. It's a thing you can do. Let me see if there's any good BJJ news. I know there's a lot of stuff coming out. I would want to start a whole podcast on it, possibly have somebody on it, but I'll get with you offline after.
Yeah.
I'm such an asshole. All right, no, but it's a let's see, bunch of tournaments.
First of all, Lisa just said we're a little funnier today. We're always fucking hilarious. Like every day that we're on the show.
We give
We,
this community comedy gold every time we're on the
we
air,
swim in
guys.
humor, like marinate in it.
Yeah, we sit here and we come up with all this shit just to get no. Let's see, bunch of people competing. The thing I want to talk about later on.
There's always people competing.
Yeah. Oh
Oh
man,
man, I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to some of these guests we got coming up. I think we got a good run coming up here shortly. I
we
messaged
really
one
do.
person. I'm not gonna say his name right now because I'll give him the benefit of the doubt for a little bit. But I messaged somebody that's pretty pretty popular, I guess, in the jiu-jitsu world, especially as it relates to law enforcement
Yeah.
and jiu-jitsu. Because right now there's a big marriage between those two things. Left me on red, man. How are you gonna leave me on red when I asked you a simple question? Yes or no? Yes or no is all it takes.
I mean, people get busy. We've all been left on red, and we've all left people on red. But there you go.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? The
It,
Craig
it is what
Jones.
it is, Rob.
It
It is.
is what it is. What are you gonna do? God dang it.
I
Yeah,
hate being
man.
left on red. I hate it. Because you know what I look at, you know what I picture it as? If I were to send you a message, no, let's put it
Yeah,
like this: you send me a message on Instagram, which is where this one was, or Facebook Messenger,
yeah.
and I leave you on red. You know what that's like? It's like this. Ask me a question, Rob.
What's your thoughts on can openers and Brazilian Jiu Jitsu? Dick move. You talking about drinking coffee like a
I'm
dude?
leaving
That's
you. I'm leaving you on red. That's leaving you on red. I just stare at you awkwardly,
fuck.
like you saw you read it. You heard me say it, and you just stared at me awkwardly. That's leaving somebody on red.
I almost think it's like okay. So for whatever, I'll tell a personal story. I think it's like almost like a an automated response almost. Actually, I'll back off on the personal story. But anyways, it's an automated response kind of thing. Like like hey, how's it going? Oh, going great. How are you? And you can just be like, yeah, fucking terrible. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, bye, and just keep walking. It's like my sister's boyfriend pointed out. It's like an interaction at a McDonald's with somebody. Like you can say like, hey, how's your day going, sir? And be like, dude, my life's fucking terrible. They're like, okay, cool. What can I get for you to order? Like they don't care. Like it's that's
Yeah,
it's pretty
yeah,
similar to being left on red, I imagine.
that's true. That's always a good example too. Is someone says, "Hey, how you doing today?" They're not really expecting you to tell your life story.
That's another yeah agitating thing. Like I'm just here for a hamburger. Okay,
Yeah, which
just give me a fucking hamburger.
to relate this back to jiu-jitsu for the audience is like, what the fuck are we doing listening to this? This has nothing to do
Yeah.
with jiu-jitsu. To relate this back to jiu-jitsu, how do you feel about people that want to talk while they roll?
I think it depends, honestly. Like, I've had people like black belts roll with me, and I'm like trying my ass off, and they'll either give me pointers, which is fine. They'll either sing in Russian, which is okay too.
Yeah.
And but I think it depends. I really do. If it's something like, hey, let's have a hard roll. I don't think if you're talking during a hard roll, you're probably not going that hard. If you're doing like a flow roll and somebody says like, hey, watch out for my shoulder while we're moving. Okay, or like we'll go from flow to like right before a hard roll. I
Mhm.
think it's okay. I think it's okay to talk at that point, depending upon the subject. If I'm rolling with somebody and it's like a medium roll or like a light roll, they're like, hey, we're all going out later. Do you want to come out with us?
Yeah.
Keep it to jujitsu, please.
Okay, I agree with you on that because I was going to say I really don't like it. It's one thing if we're let's say it's the first roll of the evening, and uh, you're kind of like finishing up something you were talking about earlier or whatever, and we're kind of like slap bump. We start kind of just flow rolling a little bit, and you're still finishing up. Fine, but you got about a good 30-second window. After that, you need to shut up and roll. I'm not a big fan of it. But if it relates to what we're doing, absolutely. Like if you're giving me a pointer mid roll, you're like, hey, hold on a second, let me show you something from right here, right? Then you talk me through it, cool, no problem. Don't make a habit out of that, but it's cool. Just regular conversation about what's going on the weekend. No, don't want to hear it.
I don't give a shit. Let's
Uh,
roll.
so Lisa asked our thoughts on the first female coral belt. I actually saw an article on that on Facebook.
Same. I
I didn't,
completely
I didn't,
forgot. My bad. I'm not trying to discount
yeah.
what she
Well,
did.
I didn't open up the article to be honest with you because it was just I was doing a quick scroll of social media like we all do, and I think it's pretty awesome. I man, that's awesome. You know, you put in the work, you deserve it. That's incredible stuff. So I need to actually look into the article and kind of read a little bit about her history and
Yeah.
her lineage and all that. But just at face value, I think that's really cool. Some of the most legit people I've rolled with and trained with have been female. So obviously I have zero problems with a female earning a coral belt.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Again, not to call out the web page, but if you guys could just fucking chill on the ads, I could read the fucking article.
Yeah.
It's almost as bad as trying to get a recipe offline or on the internet. But no, I think if you put in the work, if you put in work, you deserve it. Like absolutely, you deserve to be recognized. You like, and there's no qualms against like, oh well, she may have had it a little easier because she's a woman. Like to be fair, I've never seen that. I've
No,
never
no, no.
except
Never seen that. Never seen
almost
that.
the exact opposite. In fact,
Yeah.
holy
No,
shit.
I agree with you. I think no, I've never seen that. I would never say that a woman has had it easier in jiu-jitsu because they're a woman. I've never seen that. I think if anything, it's harder for them to earn credibility, which is just as wrong. It's just as wrong.
Yeah,
Um, because like I said, some of the best people I've rolled with, some of my best training partners have been females. Um, I remember distinctly getting my ass whooped by Mary Holmes and was like, that's awesome. Because that's the essence of jiu-jitsu right there. That's the
yep,
whole reason why we do it. So no, I think that's incredible stuff. I'd have to pull up the article. I don't know who she got her core belt from, but very, very awesome stuff.
agreed.
And then Jamie asked, what about trash talking? So I think this is going back to kind of a conversation about
Yeah,
talking while rolling. Is it joking trash talking for rolling? Because if we're joking around, I'm all for it. But I actually have recently had a problem with my training partner talking trash and kind of being a little bit of a hole while we roll, and I'm not a big
ooh,
fan of that.
not a fan of that either. Yeah, if I know the person, they're like shitty grips, Rob. Like,
Yeah,
okay, yeah, like yes, that's fine. I'm okay with that if I know you. Like, and I don't mean in the sense like we saw each other at the gym once. Like, we've had to have a few active conversations, possibly friends on Facebook even,
Yeah.
before we can before we can trash talk each other.
Yeah.
But nah, just I think it's but it. I know there's going to be a breeding ground for it sometimes of like just straight up, you know, it's alpha mindset versus alpha mindset. It's a martial art, and we talk about like the sport aspect or whatever. Like it's okay,
Yeah.
like, but it has to be something that like is between friends. Like I talk shit to my friends all the time. They talk shit to me. If I walk into the gym and I'm like, "Hey, nice ski, you dumb bitch," or something, like I'm not very good at trash talking. Like when it comes to like this, because I just want to roll. But yeah, if you do that,
Telling the big guys how strong they are. Yeah, I've done that before.
I've been the victim of it. I mean, it's
I can't speak. I can't say anything. I've said that before. Um, and in competition, talking about Gordon Ryan. I mean, it's Gordon Ryan.
yeah,
Gordon Ryan can kind of do what he wants when you're as good as he is. I'm not a fan of trash talking in competition. I think that you should take the classy route. I think you've been there before. Um, that's just my take on it. If you trash talk me in competition, I'm just going to ignore you and do my thing.
yeah.
But
Condone your
if you
students.
condone your students, absolutely not. Like I said, act like you've been there before. Have some respect and dignity for yourself, and you're also a representation of your gym whenever you go out and compete. And one of the things about TFTC that I really like, and it's not my gym, so let me preface it by saying that it's Brad Acosta's gym, TFTC Carry. Well, one of the things I love about it is people have coined it before. It's not even what TFTC stands for, but they've called it the Friendly Training Center and stuff like that. There's some straight up killers in the gym though, legit people at both locations. Clayton, which is another, they're like sister locations. It doesn't belong to Brad over there, but TFTC in general creates a lot of legit rollers, legit jiu-jitsu players, and a lot of respectful jiu-jitsu players in addition to that. And Brad is a big fan of the movie Roadhouse. And so in Roadhouse, obviously, there's that speech about be nice until it's time to not be nice. And that's actually, that quote is on our rash cards.
Nice. That's really cool,
On our,
actually.
yeah, it's on our rash cards. And I agree 1,000% with that. If you're that good, you don't even need to talk shit. If you're that good, you probably don't even need a nickname for that matter, unless it's just something that just kind of stuck because somebody else gave it to you. But I'm not a big fan of people giving themselves fight names. And it's so painfully obvious whenever you give yourself a nickname because it's the cheesiest shit anyone's ever heard. But no, I think we should conduct ourselves like professionals and be respectful. We can't look. You can't compete without an opponent. You can't win without an opponent. You can't be great without training partners or opponents. Like this isn't jiu-jitsu is not an individual sport in that sense. So you don't get better rolling around with your shadow. So anyway, I go on tangents. What you got, Rob?
No, I agree with most of it. I mean, the
Most of it.
yeah. Well, I was gonna say okay, all of it. Like, no, I was gonna say Gordon Ryan's got to sell tickets. I kind of understand that. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I get it. You know,
Mhm. Right.
If your path to doing what you want to do is talking shit to an opponent, cool. I'm not down with it, but it's like that meat wad meme from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. It ain't funny, but I get it. Like, but if that's how you're gonna make your living, okay. Because I will say a lot of people buy. It's like what is it? Why the fuck is Jake Paul and Logan Paul getting all this money from
Yeah.
fights? Because people either want to see him win because they're talking shit, or they want to see him lose because they're talking shit.
Right.
That's it. That's really it. I mean, they got the business model down, but I want you want to be a good representation or a reflection of your instructor, and the last thing you want to do is do something that would embarrass your instructor. Or I know we go back. I'm of the mindset. I'm like, yes, I know. I'm still paying an adult money to give me Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. I'm not now part of the clan, and we're gonna go fight, against the other clan to the death.
Right.
You can still represent your school. You can still be, have loyalty to your school, but not like the crazy cult mentality of some other martial arts. That being
Well,
said, I was going to say, that being said, though, you don't want to do anything that's going to embarrass your instructor because you are a direct reflection of the school, the instructor, and then like his instructors as well. Or
well, I
hers.
mean,
Oh, my bad. I got to
and,
be that guy. And her. Or hers.
and Gordon Ryan, he talked a lot about too. There was a meme that, and I'm a Gordon Ryan fan. Let me say that too. I do really respect his talent, and if I could afford his instructional videos, I'd buy them, but I can't. Um, but he put out a thing a while back about the history of jiu-jitsu because people say these things all the time about um, jiu-jitsu's history and respect and dignity, like we're talking about now, having honor. And he put a thing out there. Jiu-jitsu didn't come from a place of honor. Jiu-jitsu came from a bunch of guys dojo storming and kicking people's asses. And it's like, well, he's right. He's right. That doesn't mean we can't do better though.
Yeah.
Pushing forward. One of the things I picked up on when I listened to the Jocko's episode with Hickson was when Hickson talked a lot about the history of jiu-jitsu and even his own history, how he looks back with a little bit of regret on some of the things that happened, the way that went down, and how he conducts himself differently now, and even how he teaches classes different. Because the old school mentality in jiu-jitsu was you come in there as a white belt, you get thrown to the wolves, get your ass kicked, you drag yourself out, and then you come back for more. And if you came back for more, they would start teaching you jiu-jitsu. That's kind of the way it went. It's not like that anymore. Just like in kickboxing, like it used to be. I remember when I first got into mixed martial arts and kickboxing, we would beat the shit out of each other when we go in there. And now when I coach kickboxing, that's not the way we do it.
Yeah.
So it's like you can always improve and evolve. And Gordon Ryan is certainly responsible for a tremendous evolution in jiu-jitsu, especially on the sports side. And I mean, I don't think he just runs around talking shit about everybody in the sun, because he doesn't. Some of that is brought on his opponents because they talk shit about him. But he's one of the best in the world at what he does, arguably maybe even the best at what he does. And I sometimes, even being a fan, sometimes I wish that he would carry himself a little bit different. Sometimes I wish that he
Yeah.
would carry himself a little different, because of course you can go and you can put the move you're going to finish the fight in an envelope and put it up there with the promoter and win like that when you're that dominant. And that's great. That's awesome. But then on the flip side, when you're not in competition, maybe you carry yourself a little bit different. I don't know. That's just my
Yeah.
take.
I mean, he's got to have the act. He's doing the act, I think.
Yeah.
Like Chael Sonnen talks about. He says, "Sorry for changing from the female coral belt. My bad. Slow typing. All good. It's a fantastic achievement, especially amidst all the fight sports." So yeah, that's kind of like that's why I wasn't pulling stuff from BJJ, the Reddit or the subreddit, just because that's something I'd almost want to dedicate an entire episode to. With some, if those of you unaware, there's a big thing going on now. A lot of abuse, like sexual abuse, is getting brought to light in the community, and it's super fucking disappointing. And we
It
could spend
definitely needs to
a
be. I agree. There needs to be a whole episode.
yeah,
That's a pretty serious topic and something that needs to be discussed, and it can't be pushed to the side or glazed over.
yeah. That's you can't get a one sentence quip out of that for me. Just be like, sucks. Just move on.
Yeah.
Like it's something that kind of I think as Randy and I are instructors and students and of martial arts in general. Um, like I think that's something that we probably have a bit more to say, not from the perspective of who it's happening to, but more of the perspective of what can you do to like kind of maybe stop it.
Yeah, especially when you figure that there's a lot of women that get into jiu-jitsu to defend themselves from that same thing. So it's pretty fucked up that it's going to happen where they should be safe.
Yep, goes
So,
back to being a martial artist because I don't think a real martial artist would be abusing their powers just to be a piece of shit like that.
oh man, you know what? If somebody came into TFTC and tried to inappropriately touch one of the females that trains there, I don't think they'd make it out alive.
I'd pay good money to see that. That'd be pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah.
Not that first part, but the second part, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, in the no worries on that, Jamie. I think the feed is a little off sometimes anyway, so the timing doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But definitely cool. This female getting her coral belt. I'm gonna look into it more when we finish the episode, because I'm curious about nerding out jiu-jitsu, her lineage, her background, stuff like that. That's pretty cool. We had a female that got started in our gym. She actually came in wanting to do kickboxing and learn self-defense because of some stuff that she had gone through, and had zero interest in jiu-jitsu at the time. And now she's a brown belt. So,
Nice.
it's pretty cool. And I like people's backstories. That's cool to learn about. So everybody has a reasons for being here. Everybody catches the bug, and then the rest is history after that.
Absolutely, and that's what we enjoy to see, and that's what we enjoy seeing and like to talk about. So, on that note, since you guys kind of maybe have a few previews of things that are going to be coming up with their show, is there anything you want to say to our friends out there, Randy?
Good luck on that. Good luck in the competition for the gi. I hope whoever wins it enjoys it. It's a fantastic gi company, and obviously the stickers and stuff too. Rock that out. If you have any ideas on t-shirt designs or things that you want to see us do, let us know. And looking forward to the next episode.
Yep, same here. Like I'm really, really looking forward to continuation of these episodes. We're trying to crank them out as often as we can. We got vacations coming up. Stepping out of pocket, is that what it is? Fucking
Oh, don't say that. Oh, this gives me like it's like the hair stand up on the back of my neck.
Yeah, we'll be doing some vacations here in the next couple weeks, but we'll definitely be back with it once everything settles down. I'd argue females have to work harder being a minority in the sport. I kind of agree with you there, Jamie. I think it's a rough
100%.
road for some. But thank you for listening, and we will catch you guys. Well, before I forgot, I'm sorry. I'm Rob.
I'm Randy.
We'll catch you guys next time. There we go. I think that was it. We will catch you
That's it. It just
guys.
said
Well,
ended.
before I forgot, I'm sorry. I'm Rob.
I'm Randy.